exploring Wigan's lost railways and its lost industry. Hello and welcome to another Wigan's Lost Railways working title, where we look at the railways that have completely disappeared. This time we're actually looking at a railway station. You're like, no you're not, you're in some kind of yard thing. Well, I'm in some kind of yard thing, and that yard thing is where Debenhams is. This is the back of Debenhams, currently being converted into stack, and this used to be the site of Wigan Central Station, which was the third station that Wigan had in the town. And if I was stood here back in the day, I would literally be at the end of the track looking down past the railway station all the way towards the gasworks, which is in the distance. Let's have a look at what it looks like now from above, and I'll fill you in some details. It was opened on the 3rd of October 1892, and it closed to passengers on the 2nd of November 1964, and it closed completely on the 5th of April 1965. And the Grand Arcade, which is where we are now, was built between 2006 and 2008, and apparently there's no evidence of it being here at all. However, there is evidence online, so let's have a look at what it looked like when it was still here via the means of a map. So it ran diagonally across this road. It was not a straight line, did not run in line with this road. It cut across and went towards the side of the River Douglas. So I'm now stood in the middle of the road looking back, which would be looking down the platform. I would actually be now at the end of the platform. I'll show you on the map where I am, and I'll show you now where I am on the real world. And it carried on that way. So now the other side of the Woodland, and the River's Way as we know it is up there, and the railway line would have been somewhere around here, and it went across this road and it went over the River Duggy, and then we pick it up on the other side of Scholes Flats. The aerial photograph, I'm stood here just outside of the Lidl, and as you can see when I put the map on, I'm actually stood directly in the middle of what was the railway track. It didn't quite clip the houses on the right, and it just clipped roughly up to where the door is, as far as I can figure out here, at the back of the Lidl. And if I flip round, it goes off in that direction. So across here, and then we'll cross this road and we'll see where it goes from there. So as far as I can make out, looking at the map, this Tool Store UK building is directly on the site of the old shed that the railways used, and the actual train track itself was just to the right. So again, now I'm basically walking on the railway track as was. Again, there's absolutely no sign of it, but it was, you know, well over 50 years since it was removed and decommissioned. So that was the shed that we were looking at before, and got some wasteland here, and I've just come across this. I've absolutely no idea what it is, but it is a substantial lump of metal. Whether it had anything to do with the trains or not, or other industry or something else, I'm not sure. But yeah, that is a chunk of metal. Anyway, the railway line used to go through this fence, although the fence wasn't there obviously. One thing I'm learning quite quickly is the fact that wherever there's a random piece of grass, it's usually got something to do with the railways. And there's also a bit of a gap there between the trees. As you can see, you've got taller trees either side and then lower trees in the middle. And that's because this is where the railway line from Central used to cross over the canal, as you can see on the map. Now on the other side of the canal, but a bit further up, we're going to see if I can get closer to where I need to be, and I can. There's a footpath here, so let's have a wander down here. So I'm not sure I'm exactly in the right place, but I am in the middle of the woods, and I think because, as someone pointed out, and I've already realised, these are beech trees, and whenever there's beech trees there usually was a railway line, so I assume it went this way, this line of trees which runs parallel with the fence, which is within the trees. I've got shorts on, but I'm prepared to walk through nettles. So this again would be the path of the track, and can't really get my bearings through the trees as to where the building is, but if you have a look on the photograph, you'll see the building, and then if I put the map up, you'll see that the track used to run parallel with it. It would then disappear down this tunnel, which is ironically a tunnel that I filmed recently for a Wigan walk. A lot of the Wigan walks do involve former rail lines, and this is one of them. What I didn't realise at the time when I did the video is that the rail line in question is the one that ran from Central Station. That's why it's at an angle as well. It all makes sense now, because I couldn't figure out why it was at an angle to the footpath, but that's because the footpath wasn't here. It was an angle to go down there and across. There's some works there, but that doesn't look old. That looks... it might do actually. Let's have a look. Again, loads of nettles. And I've got shorts on. Love you long time and all that. No, it's got nothing to do with the railway line at all. But there's the fence. And the fence lines up pretty much with the railway tunnel. So that is very, very good news indeed. So go down here. So this is the bridge that the track goes under. And if we turn around, you'll see that it's the angle of it is pretty much pointing not up the path but slightly across. And again, you can see how established these trees are, so this has not been used for a considerable length of time. So you've got the photograph of where I am now from above, and then you've got the map showing the train going through this tunnel. Just noticed on the map as well, there's another smaller tunnel going off somewhere under the railway line that had smaller trains going on it, but this was at one point a passenger train going through all the industry, but that was the only way to get in and out of Wigan at the time. Now we've got a housing estate over there, and we've got the railway line over here, and we've got this green patch in the middle. So I'm going to show you the aerial view of the patch of grass land that I'm walking through, and then I'm going to put over or put on the map of the railway line as was. And it's amazing, isn't it, how yet again we find a patch of greenery that was entirely run over or taken over by the rail lines and the sidings as well. There's quite a lot going on here. Now the other side of the bridge, there was some buildings in the woods, which of course there's no trace of now, and on this side there's no trace of any of the railway infrastructure, just trees, all silver birch, which is amazing. Can't find that other tunnel that went under the railway line. Obviously there's a fence there now, so you can't use it even if you could find it, but chances are I won't find it. So we're now on Green Lane, I believe, and there used to be a bridge here once upon a time, and if I show you what it looks like now and then I show you a map, you will see that some of the houses were in the tracks. There was also sidings as well. However, if you go down here, we've got the continuation of the line, but we've got a problem. Terrace, because this was a hub of activity for the railways. However, our trip on this track ends here due to the fact that they are building more housing. But fear not, there will be plenty more of these Wigan's Lost Railway videos to come over the next few years or whatever. But yeah, I thought they were building houses here. That doesn't look like house building to me, that just looks like wasteland. Either way, don't forget to check out the playlist. We also do Wigan Walks, we do Wigan Watch, and over time there'll be more and more of the Wigan's Lost Railway videos as well. So thank you for watching, if indeed you still are. I'll see you again next time. Until then, goodbye.